Hey travel friends, I'm Nancy and welcome to our new Travel Escapes channel where we review hotels, airports, resorts, and more that we visit, and we share our experiences with you. We believe that food is an important part of your all-inclusive vacation, so after a week-long stay trying every restaurant on the property, we'll be giving you our thoughts about the restaurants and bar scene at the Iberostar Grand Paraiso Resort. Unlike many of the AI-generated videos out there, we have actually been to the resorts we tell you about. We self-fund all of our own trips, and the resorts never know that we make videos about our experiences. So let's dive into what we thought about the food and bev at the Grand. The Iberostar Grand Paraiso is an adults-only, all-inclusive resort nestled on the shores of Playa Paraiso in the Riviera Maya area of Mexico. This five-star gem is part of the renowned Iberostar Playa Paraiso complex. Iberostar Grand is rated 5 out of 5 on TripAdvisor and 4.9 out of 5 on Google Reviews. And if you read the reviews, you will quickly see that the food is a big reason why this resort gets the ratings that it does. From the moment you arrive and they hand you a fancy fruit-based cocktail, you know that this place is something unique. The gastronomy at the Grand is considered to be gourmet. Now, gourmet is a term thrown around a lot, but it actually is used to describe high-quality, refined, and often luxurious food and drink, as well as the preparation and presentation of such items. Gourmet food is typically associated with a focus on quality, flavor, and aesthetics. It goes beyond basic or ordinary cuisine and often involves using premium or exotic ingredients and specialized culinary techniques. Putting my Webster's moment aside, while many resorts play fast and loose with their use of the term gourmet, I would say that for the most part the definition is accurate for the Grand. There are 5 a la carte restaurants in addition to the buffet, which has a unique choice every day of the week, and a gala night. Guests at the Grand can also make reservations at any of the a la carte restaurants at any of the other resorts within the complex, but honestly, the restaurants at the Grand are a step above all of them. So unless you're staying a couple of weeks, you won't get tired of the Grand's restaurants. Let's start by talking about the unsung heroes of any resort, the bars. Rarely have I come across resorts where the level of detail invested in a cocktail preparation matches what I've encountered at the Grand. The Grand offers as high-end as any we have found at the many all-inclusives that we have visited. From the level of alcohol used to the skill of the bartenders, the drinks at the Grand really stood out. We've been to a lot of resorts, so this is saying something. The resort seems to attract guests who prefer a well-crafted and complex cocktail over a simple mixed drink, creating what feels like a sophisticated and more refined atmosphere. The house wines included with your all-inclusive package are from Mexico, Spain, Italy, the United States, and Chile, and they are a serious step up from the typical 5-star resort included house wines. Rhapsody Cocktail Bar is open from 5 p.m. to 1 a.m., and it was our favorite spot to grab a cocktail before or after dinner, and sometimes both. We found the bartenders here to be super creative. Just check out the menu, and if that doesn't impress you, if they're not busy, just ask them to make something that they enjoy and see what you end up with. There's a small stage in the Rhapsody Bar, and sometimes they have different musicians, bingo, or karaoke that are done very well. They also have a couple of TVs to watch the game. Word to the wise, when we were there, they had a paid event at Rhapsody that was about $100 per person for a 45-minute show of some kind. If you've watched our videos, you know how I feel about these extra cost events, so we didn't attend. But we did ask others who decided to splurge on it, and they were less than impressed, so do with that what you will. The health bar is inside the covered spa pool area tucked into the back corner. Most people don't even know it's there. They have fresh juices and smoothies, and we partook of this area every day before heading back to our room to get changed for dinner. It's open from 8 a.m. to 6 p.m., so if you don't drink alcohol, this is a spot to know about if you're staying at the Grand. El Mirador Lobby Bar is a happening place from 7 a.m. to 1 a.m. You can get an early morning coffee or cappuccino from El Mirador. We preferred personally to walk over to the Iberostar Maya coffee shop in the mornings, but you certainly don't have to. El Mirador also offers snacks and great drinks throughout the day. I was missing a coffee shop at the Grand, but El Mirador is a really close second. The drinks and music here at night are excellent, and it is really the place where most of the resort guests hang out after dinner. There's almost always a musician of some sort playing late into the evening, and the quality of the musicians and singers was excellent. So, this lobby bar is open for your early morning coffee until after midnight to enjoy drinks and snacks. There's a wide variety of tequilas and mezcals, or you can try a caipirinha made with traditional ingredients here. La Sirenita, or Little Mermaid Aqua Bar, is their swim-up bar open from 9 a.m. to 7 p.m. Even at the swim-up bar, they take their time and craft your cocktail right. It is not the typical throw stuff in a cup, give it a shake, and call it a drink. This bar is excellent, and conveniently, you don't need to leave the pool to enjoy it. Additionally, the poolside servers are highly attentive, ensuring you can savor a drink while relaxing in your chair. And when you see the bartender pushing his fruit cart poolside, make sure you get a fresh fruit cocktail made from him. I don't mean the stuff in the can, I mean a legit cocktail made with fresh fruit. To be perfectly honest, I got one from him while he was at one end of the pool, and by the time he made his way to the other end of the pool, I got out and got another one. Don't judge me, they're delicious. Let's move on to the restaurants and start with Tony's Surf and Turf, where smoke meets sizzle. If you're after the steakhouse flavors of char-grilled meat and fish, look no further than Tony's. There's a bit of an open kitchen and steak display here, which is pretty cool. They are serious about your steak, and then you customize the dish with your favorite sides, sauces, and extras. Now let's get to the meat and fish of the matter. The steaks here are top-notch, and the house wines or their extensive wine list pairs well with each bite. One of our favorite dishes here is the roasted bone marrow. It is a rarity in the world of all-inclusive resort dining, like finding a unicorn in your backyard. We've only seen it once before, and that was at Secrets Moshe. So if you're feeling adventurous, give it a go, and like me, you might discover your new obsession. Now, we'll be honest, not every dish was a hit. While we enjoyed the beef tartare, the sweetbreads were a big miss. Our salmon and beef tenderloin were excellent, and the cheesecake for dessert was a nice finish. Just a heads up, Tony's leans towards the formal side, so if you're scouting for a casual dining steakhouse, you might feel a tad overdressed, but here's the twist. The Grand has lightened up their dress code, so while Tony's maintains its elegance, you can now strut your stuff in style in your snazziest golf shorts. L'Atelier is the most formal of the restaurants at the Grand. L'Atelier is where French flavor-filled adventure can be found. You begin your meal with starters like raw oysters or tuna tartare and a fresh coconut salad. For your main act, catch of the day in white wine, rack of lamb with port reduction, or duck confit. L'Atelier delivers flavors inspired by French cuisine. It's not necessarily French cuisine per se, but it is downright decadent, and decadence is very French. But what sets L'Atelier apart is the show that they put on right at your table. Picture a flaming cheese appetizer that's not just for show, it's a full-on culinary spectacle. And when it's time for dessert, get ready for the boozy molten chocolate cake with ice cream that is so ulala. L'Atelier takes service to the next level. The service here is the best we experienced on the property, and I mean the entire resort complex property. Our server wasn't just a server, he was a culinary sommelier, recommending house wines that would make our 5-course dinners sing. He was attentive and informative, and a great balance of being there when we needed him, but giving our space to savor our food when we didn't. In fact, we loved L'Atelier so much that it became our repeat offender throughout the week. Most dishes were excellent, but here's this inside scoop. Skip the foie gras on banana bread and go for the foie mi-cuit. Trust us, your taste buds will thank you. Haiku is their Japanese fusion gem. This spot offers a bit of everything from a sushi bar to a bistro and teppanyaki show cooking. You can dine here a couple of times and it gives you the freedom to choose your own adventure. You can go full-on teppanyaki and watch the entertaining chefs work their magic, or you can share a platter of sushi in a quiet corner. But here's a little insider tip. Might actually be the quietest teppanyaki show you've ever seen. Why? Well, the seating's in pairs, so it's not really the chat with your neighbors type of experience that you may be used to. But hey, as I tell my children when I'm at the stove, sometimes silence makes for a culinary masterpiece. On the menu, you've got sashimi, salads, soups, tempura, maki rolls, sushi balls, nigiri, and main dishes like salmon teriyaki and yaki lobster. And for those with dietary needs, they've got your back with vegetarian and gluten-free options. Haiku and all of the Iberostar restaurants actually take sustainability very seriously. All of the fish they serve has been sustainably caught, so you can enjoy your meal with a side of eco-friendliness. We love Japanese cuisine, so we simply told our server, surprise us, and for each course we got a new and exciting experience. So whether you're into teppanyaki or you prefer to let the chef take the reins, Haiku is where Japanese flavors shine at the Grand. It's an easy restaurant to repeat and not eat the same thing twice. Venezia, as the name suggests, is the Grand's Italian restaurant. They've got starters like roasted tomato soup, beef carpaccio, gnocchi, as well as hearty dishes like pasta with lobster or veal milanese, and desserts like dark rhumbaba and tartufo. Here's the twist. Venezia turned out to be our least favorite dining spot at the Grand. Now hold on to your gondola, or I know a lot of people enjoy this restaurant and maybe they were having one of those off nights. We can only speak from our experience here, and it was disappointing. The antipasti bar starter didn't really win any awards in the excitement department, and every dish we had was either too salty or just plain boring. Even though the restaurant missed on flavor, the service was seriously lacking also. We're talking like Where's Waldo levels of missing in action. Maybe they were having an off night. But for a restaurant that we were really looking forward to trying before we arrived, it left us underwhelmed. Just outside the doors of Venezia, there is a gondola that makes for some pretty cool pictures, so even if our taste buds didn't do the happy dance, my Instagram feed benefited from this visit. Now let's talk about La Brisa, the beachfront restaurant that sounds like a tropical dream come true, and it looks like it when you can see it over there. You've got the sea, the sand, and the promise of a culinary adventure, or do you? According to the resort app, La Brisa is open from 12 to 4 p.m. as a buffet. We didn't spot it open the entire week we were there. Maybe it's a restaurant that's as elusive as a mermaid, but who knows? There's a cevicheria section that's ready for action for lunch, and it's all outside. So picture this, you're sitting by the beach, the waves are serenading you, and you're ready for some ceviche magic. But the lunch food here was just okay, and the service took forever. I don't know what was happening. Our servers were unhelpful and not very friendly, and we gave La Brisa a couple of chances for lunch, but by the third try, we decided to just move on. La Brisa could be the hidden gem of the resort with its beautiful views, but it seems like it's kind of stuck in a rut. It would make a great place to open for an a la carte breakfast, and that way you'd have the option of starting your day without the buffet hustle and bustle, but alas, the buffet or room service are your only options for breakfast. Now let's be clear, we're not restaurant managers, we're just paying guests, and in our humble opinion, La Brisa fell short of the mark compared to the quality and service we found at other restaurants on the property. We were also looking forward to the Mexican Raw Bar for dinner, but according to other guests, it was just okay, so after our experience, we just passed on it. Hopefully when we return, they will have sorted out the identity issues with this restaurant, because it could be really special. The Bella Vista Buffet is the Grand Buffet, and I mean grand in every sense of the word. It is the heart of the resort's dining scene. This isn't your run-of-the-mill buffet, it is the main event, and probably one of the best buffets we have been to in our many years of travel. For breakfast, Bella Vista lays out a tempting spread featuring everything from fresh fruit to dairy delights, an assortment of bread, cereals, and cook-to-order stations. Come lunch and dinner, there are international dishes, Mexican specialties, steaks and seafood. This buffet aims to please. You can also find pasta, pizza, grilled meat, fish, seafood, sushi, cheeses galore, and lots of fresh veggie options. This buffet is a far cry from your typical resort buffet. We're talking crab legs, razor clams, tuna tataki, and steaks that'll make your mouth water. Entire sides of salmon, prime rib, and some nights for dinner, it is a seafood lover's paradise. But of course, no dining experience is without its quirks. We found that the service can take its sweet time during the lunch and dinner rush, and while the buffet covers a lot of ground, the menu might not be quite as diverse as the adventurous foodies among us would prefer. As I mentioned earlier, we also found that the buffet for breakfast as the only option aside from room service was tiring by the end of the week. So much so that we just started skipping breakfast and going for a walk to the other resort coffee shops in the morning. Now, we have a little confession to make. As much as we enjoyed the buffet, and trust us, we did enjoy it, we often found ourselves much preferring the a la carte restaurants for dinner. There's just something about the sophistication of being served a gourmet meal that resonates with the overall vibe of this luxury resort. Self-serve just doesn't quite fit the vibe here, but that's the opinions of our team who honestly just do not enjoy a buffet 3 times a day. If you are a buffet aficionado, then this is your golden ticket, and on the rare nights when Bella Vista takes a breather, there will be a gala dinner set up on the grass by the pool. Whether you enjoy buffets or not, at the Grand, dining is not just a meal, it's an experience. You also have the option of room service that's available 24 hours a day. We only tried it for breakfast, but our room service was excellent, fresh and warm, and delivered exactly when they told us it would be. This breakfast in a view was not too shabby. One aspect that we found limiting was the need to make reservations for dinner, and while I totally get that reservations ensure a seamless dining experience, we felt it kind of restricted the spontaneity and free-flowing nature of our vacation. It's not a big deal, just something to keep in mind. So if you're used to excellence or secrets properties where no reservations are required, you need to adjust the way you vacation for this one. I highly suggest making all of your reservations when you arrive because you may not be able to get into all of the restaurants if you don't. The Resorts app was a valuable tool in modifying our dinner reservations once we got the hang of using it. Some people have commented that they had trouble getting dinner reservations, but we made ours when we checked in for the whole week, and we never had any problems getting into every restaurant on property, as well as we could modify our reservations when we wanted to change the restaurant or the time. And for those who are looking to lock up their phones and totally unplug while on vacation, the Grand has brought back paper menus. I forgot how much I missed actually holding a menu. Anybody else? In a nutshell, our experience at the Iberostar Grand Paraiso Resort and Spa in Riviera Maya was truly unforgettable, and there's no question that we will be back. From the moment we arrived and were greeted with a fancy fruit-based cocktail, we knew we were in for something special. The resort's commitment to providing gourmet cuisine shone through in its restaurants and its bars. Our visit to the Iberostar Grand was a great one, and I hate to see anyone waste their hard-earned money and time. It is just too hard to come by these days. Our purpose for this channel is to help you decide amongst the abundance of resorts which one will be the best fit for you. As always, our opinions are our own. We pay for all of our own trips, and the resorts do not know that we make videos about our experience. If this is of value to you, please consider subscribing to our channel and giving this video a thumbs up so that others can find it. We hope our review helps you to plan your next all-inclusive escape, and we can't wait to share more travel experiences with you. Until next time, keep exploring, keep discovering, and keep your vacation dreams alive. Bye, everybody.